Hello, divine beings, peace, love, abundance, blessings. This is AstroPapi, and I'm going to do a reading for the collective. Let's see who this message is for, and let's see what's going on. I do have channeled readings on my YouTube channel, as well as informational videos on spirit guides and the occult. But let's see who this message is for and what exactly is going on. The first card that we have is the High Priestess. Stepping into your power and moving away from martyrdom. I'm hearing the word martyrdom, and I really get the energy of Persephone for some reason, because remember that although Persephone is spring, although Persephone is love, she is also the goddess of the underworld. And I'm getting the energy of you having to embrace more of your own dark divineness, your own dark divine path. I'm hearing that you are somebody who is a healer. You are somebody who is very empowering to others, but it feels like there's a double-edged sword with what you do. I'm getting the energy of a past lover, somebody who you used to be romantically entangled with, and somebody who you helped a lot, who you healed a lot. And it feels like this person felt really good through your presence, through the support that you gave, but also like you held this person accountable for, hey, like although I'm helping you, you're supposed to do this for you. And I'm getting the energy of sometimes people getting codependent on you for support, for love, for healing, for care, and they don't check up on you. And I get this like need for boundaries. I get this need to be like, I'm gonna step out, I'm gonna step away, and I'm going to focus more on my self-worth, and I'm going to say no more. I'm getting the energy of like knowing that no is a divine spell, and that you don't have to carry everybody's energy around you. You're somebody where, for some reason, I'm getting that you talk to spirits. We have the Three of Swords here, or you see a lot. Maybe you even see people's past loved ones. We have the Three of Swords, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. I get the energy of you're supposed to do something with your gifts that is financial, that does involve mediumship, because you're somebody where you've given it so much to people who have undervalued it, who have underestimated it. And I just get the energy of like, you didn't choose this came to you. For some of you, your spiritual gifts came after an experience with a past loved one. So meaning that somebody from your family had crossed over to the other side, maybe a grandparent or a parent, and I feel like they're always around you. They're like your guide or your guardian angel. And remember that although we have guardian angels that are celestial angels, we also have guardian angels that are flesh and bone, but now in the spirit realm, meaning that they're our own family, they're our own ancestors. And I get this feeling of somebody particular watching over you, but somebody who helped you in your spiritual awakening, and the loss of them really like opened up your third eye and your heart to knowing that there's so much more out there. With the Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting the energy of worth, because although the Pentacles represent career and finances, and for some of you, yes, like go in the career route of being a healer. And this doesn't mean that you have to become specifically like a tarot reader. This can be you as a therapist. This can be you as a social worker, as a guidance counselor, as an inspirational speaker, as a life coach. This can also mean you doing mediumship and tarot. I get the energy of you knowing how to process people's grief, people's pain. And this is something that you walked with your whole life. This was a skill and a power, a superpower, spirit is saying, that isn't really accounted for, that you never got thanks for, that you never got kudos for. And I feel like in a lot of friendships and relationships, you've healed a lot of people who never gave you a proper thanks, who never gave you proper recognition. And those who do are the ones who will stay, your spirit guides are saying. For some of you, I don't know why I'm seeing like a mother figure, but this doesn't feel like the ancestor I spoke of. It feels like a mother figure, like a spirit guide, who feels like a mom to you. It feels like she is an embodiment of the divine feminine. And of course, this is going to be different for different people, but I'm seeing for some of you, it's Mother Mary. For some of you, it's the Virgen de Guadalupe, who's also Tonantzin. For others of you, it feels like it's a Hindu goddess. And for lastly, some of you, it feels like there's this strong goddess energy around you, and this can be an Egyptian goddess as well. So I just get the energy of like a specific mother loving you, and that mother was chosen from you before birth. I'm also hearing Santa Muerte. That mother was chosen for you before birth, and you have a lot of her gifts. within you, that spirit guide, the ability to nurture, the ability to love, and the ability to care. And it feels like people who are around you, even coworkers, like they feel a shift when you're around, and they know the difference when you're not there. We have the Two of Pentacles coming up, and what I'm getting at is like, I'm feeling like you're carrying weight that isn't yours. And it feels like it's weight from your family. It feels like people can get codependent on you. And this is why, beginning with the High Priestess, like, there's this energy of like enough. And I'm feeling like you're knowing your worth. I'm feeling like you're stepping more into your dark side and your dark divineness, your dark divine feminine or your dark divine masculine. And just recognizing, like, yo, enough is enough. I'm going to take care of myself, and I'm going to set boundaries and limits. Just because I can help others doesn't mean that I'm always supposed to. And I'm not going to be feeling obligated. I'm not going to be made obligated to do things that don't feel right for me. So understand this, like, you are a whole priestess in your own respect. You are a whole priest in your own respect in terms of what you're doing. And you might not feel like that yet, but you are one in the making. And that's why the specific guide who has always followed you is always around you. If this is resonating with you, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Drop a good vibe. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a warrior. You've had to fight a lot for your life. You've had to go through a lot of death and rebirths. You have gone through a lot of changes. It feels like it's like even like social economic adversities. Like, you have had to learn what faith and trust is. And for some reason, like, I get the energy of like you're unbothered. Like, you know that things can get tough. And even when things feel like they're collapsing, you're like, okay, been there, done this. I already know that my spiritual crew, my spiritual team, or whatever is out there for, like, supporting me, whatever higher consciousness is out there, they're having my back. And it feels like little things don't bother you anymore, that a lot of people get bugged by, like, you're not ticked off by things. And it feels like a lot of people still have this idea, and this is the difference I'm hearing, that like the world is for them to control, or that they have control over things. And the truth is, y'all, like, the only thing we have control over is our perspective. And you're understanding that, and you have seen miracles happen in your life through the support of your ancestors and through this specific spirit guide that I keep seeing, or for those of you who have a lot of spirit guides in your spirit guides. And I'm just hearing like there's like this almost like culmination of you just having to know A, boundaries, B, I'm seeing for some of you an ex-lover who wants to come back, and you just being like no, and C, I don't know why I'm seeing this for some of you too. Maybe you might have a mom, like a literal mom who's also spiritual or was spiritual but keeps it low key. And I get almost like a competition, like a competitiveness. And I get that this person sees your spirituality and knows where it comes from, but might not always acknowledge it. And remember that some people will be in religion, will use the name of God to explain some of the stuff that they feel as a psychic, as a spiritualist, and maybe for some people that's what they need to feel good. I'm not here to knock nobody down, I'm not here to judge nobody, but it feels like some people who are very spiritual, who have a lot of psychic gifts, they will go to the church and they will be there to support them in this process because they don't know where else to go and they don't want to feel like they're crazy. So for some of you, I'm getting that there might be a family member like that. And what I'm hearing is like, try not to see them as a villain. Just try to see them as somebody who is growing and learning in their own way. And you're bringing spirituality back into your bloodline. And they're going to learn how to, like, accept it. We do have the Nine of Swords. So I get this fear. Or excuse me, this is the Eight of Swords. I get this fear from a family member of, like, your spirituality and where your spirituality can go and grow. And maybe this person did stuff with spirituality in the past that wasn't with the best intentions, and maybe they got caught in a crossfire. And that's where, like, I get a lot of like trying to like maybe banish your spirituality or just tell you like, no, this isn't it for you. And I keep going back to the High Priestess in the beginning, which is like, set your boundaries. Nobody's supposed to tell you what you're supposed to do, what your spirituality looks like. Connect the way that you want to connect, because you have the divine mother on your side. And even though you have a mother in this life, and I'm hearing you're going to heal that relationship when the time comes, you will both kind of come to an agreement when that time comes. Don't stress on that. I'm hearing that just know that like you're meant to go on this path. You're meant to be spiritual. You're meant to help others. You're meant to help others awaken. And this is about knowing that your guides and your ancestors will pick for who you're going to awaken. You're not here to awaken everybody because not everybody's ready. Everybody can get the message, but not everybody's going to apply the message. You understand? So you're going to be told who to help and you're going to be told who not to help. And when you feel energetically, like within you, not emotionally, but within your spirit, something like a higher calling comes in and says, yo, help this person, help this person. If you ask your guides and they tell you no, then it's a no. Like, I'm just hearing, like, set those boundaries because it's going to help you a lot in life. And it's just going to make you realize that, you know, although you're here to help the world, you're not here to help those who do not help themselves, who are not ready for help, or who are not even admitting that they need help. We have justice here. So that's very much the importance of boundaries. But I'm also getting, like, you have strong spiritual protection and you don't even know it. You have a lot of strong spiritual protection and no evil eye. And you felt evil eye in the past before can never really touch you or reach you. It always gets reversed and bounced back. So for some reason, I don't know why I'm looking at the justice card and I'm hearing the Saint Santa Barbara. Some of you might have the Saint Santa Barbara around you. I'm also hearing Athena. You have a very powerful goddess, a warrior goddess with you too. I don't know why I'm also hearing Ma'at. So this is going to reach out to different people and take it where it resonates. I'm mentioning specific guides because those are the guides I'm seeing. That doesn't mean that, you know, if that's not the guide that I mentioned, that this reading isn't for you. We have the Nine of Swords. I get that you used to have a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, and it feels like that came from you not knowing like what your gifts were, not knowing what it was, and also not knowing that you absorb a lot of energy from different people. And what spirit is saying is like that's why you have a lot of protection, because when you are somebody who's a vessel of light, and I'm not talking about love and light, I mean you have light within you, it's kind of difficult because when there's spaces where there's a lot of like just like sunkenness, like a lot of heaviness, you start to feel it, and people can energetically feel the difference between you and them. And you can be in the face of a lot of like envy or a lot of just like animosity for no reason, and you can be porous to other people's energy. So I'm hearing like make sure that you cleanse yourself regularly, wear protective stones, and I'm also hearing salt baths. Like do some salt baths or get a salt scrub and use that as a way of energetically cleansing yourself. You can crush bay leaves into that as well, and rosemary, rosemary herbs, like dried rosemary herbs, to empower you and cleanse you when you feel too much. But you already know this because I feel like you're already like, I'm gonna set some boundaries. I'm not here to like give everything to everybody. And lastly, we have the Two of Cups. This is reminding me of like Persephone all over again, and how Hades and Persephone were divine lovers. And I'm gonna say this in every single video that I can say it in. Persephone chose Hades. Hades is an abductor. And I get this energy of like you setting your boundaries is helping you with like going toward direct love and not just finding like potential dating partners who are there to like feel like they need therapy from you or free healing from you. Like, you no, you're not doing that. You're with somebody who's solid, somebody who knows your worth, somebody who checks in with themselves, and somebody who even tells you, yo, like, I get that you have great gifts, but don't give it to just everybody. And I'm not saying that to tell you like to compress it, but more because I value you and I don't want your energy just being given out to just anybody. I get this energy of like somebody acknowledging your gifts, but also acknowledging that because you have those gifts, you definitely need to take care of yourself. All right, so that's all I have for y'all. If this reading resonated with y'all, let me know. Again, it feels like you're very spiritual. You already know this. You have had psychic phenomena happen to you in your life. You're meant to do something with your gifts. And I'm also getting the energy of like you're stepping into your power and you're basically like, look, I'm not here to save the world. I'm not here to help anybody who's not ready to help themselves. I also get the energy of setting boundaries, maybe even knowing some friends are like not are always asking you for advice but not really taking it, and you just knowing like I'm stepping all the way back. But that was your reading. I'm gonna do more pick-a cards. Again, I haven't done that in a while, but I miss doing pick-a cards. So be on the lookout for that. Thank y'all for tuning in. My name is AstroPapi, and I'll see y'all in the next channel. Stay beautiful, stay abundant, stay divine, and stay great. And if y'all want a personal reading, how to do so is on the about below. And if you want to follow me on social media, how to do so is on the about below. Stay beautiful, stay abundant, stay great, y'all.